This is the world now. Starting off in the U.S., the White House Budget Office has announced that the U.S. government will shut down at midnight with a memorandum ordering agencies to begin executing their closure plans. The memo signed by Russell Vought, director of the Office of Management and Budget, came after senators were unable to pass a funding bill to keep the government running. It blamed Democrats for what it called an untenable posture and said it is unclear how long the shutdown will last. Federal employees are directed to report to work for their next scheduled shift, but only to complete shutdown procedures before being furloughed. Essential staff in defense, law enforcement, and emergency services will remain on duty without pay. The move marks the start of the 15th shutdown in U.S. history and comes after days of deadlock between President Trump and congressional Democrats. Economists warn the shutdown will delay key economic data and could rattle global markets. Turning to the Middle East, President Trump has issued an ultimatum to Hamas to accept a U.S.-backed plan to end the Gaza war, describing it as the group's best chance to avoid further bloodshed. The 20-point framework already endorsed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu includes a ceasefire, the disarmament of Hamas, and the opening of humanitarian corridors. The U.S. says it has backing from regional partners as well. Trump told reporters that Hamas has 3 or 4 days to respond or face consequences. Hamas officials on Tuesday said the proposal is being discussed by the militant group. Analysts say it's a high-stakes gamble. If Hamas accepts, it could pave the way for peace talks and international reconstruction aid. If it rejects, Israel could escalate operations and violence may spread further into the region. The ultimatum comes as Gaza faces worsening humanitarian conditions, with aid agencies warning of shortages of food, water, and medical supplies. In the Philippines, a powerful earthquake rocked the Central Islands on Tuesday morning, leaving at least 5 people dead. The tremor struck near Cebu, one of the country's largest urban centers. The U.S. Geological Survey measured the quake at a magnitude 6.9. Thousands fled into the streets in Cebu City and neighboring provinces fearing aftershocks. Authorities confirmed at least 5 deaths and dozens of injuries. Damage was reported to homes, businesses, and infrastructure, though no tsunami warning was issued. Emergency crews are now inspecting bridges, hospitals, and other critical facilities. Officials say residents should remain alert as strong aftershocks remain possible. Researchers in Hungary have found that dogs can classify objects based on their purpose. In a study by Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest, dogs were asked to fetch toys labeled as fetch or pull. When new toys were introduced that looked different but had the same function, the dogs still correctly selected the toy based on its function. The findings published in Current Biology suggest dogs can extend learned labels to functionally similar objects, an ability usually linked to young children. Scientists say the results highlight how much more there is to discover about canine intelligence. 추지현, 아리랑뉴스.